Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya. Om. Salutations to Bhagavan Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna's devotional teachings. Take the 14th one, 14th aphorism. This is more than an aphorism, it's a sentence. And this is the last one in this opening chapter. So long as your individuality is real, the world also is real, and equally real are the different forms of God and the feeling that God is a person. Who can fully know the infinite God? And what need is there of knowing the infinite? Having attained this rare human birth, one's supreme need is to develop love, the lotus feet of God. So long as your individuality is real, Sri Ramakrishna says, the perfect translation will be, as long as you feel you exist as an individual. Or even better, as long as you feel you are real. Now that is extremely difficult for it. Whatever you say in Vedanta, and we are all Vedantins and this and that, the idea that you are real is so strongly embedded within us, it's just not possible. So, if you think, yes, you are real, you exist, then the world also exists. And the forms of God also exist. And also that God is a person. Because you are a person, I mean, human beings, of course, now. Then he says, I think we can take this first part. Now, so the original is Jotokhon tumi nije sotto, as long as you feel you are real. Totokhon jagoto satya. That is good. Now, as long as you feel you are real, there is a state, an abnormal state of mind. It comes to everybody. Don't worry. We think that we are normal, but yes, these things come. It's called derealization and depersonalization. Now, what is this derealization? At times you feel, you look around and you feel everything seems so unreal. Everybody has felt it. It's so real, unreal. My life, this world. Yeah. The other word is depersonalization. Now, what is a depersonalization? You feel you are perceiving yourself from the outside. There's also somebody, people feel it at times, that you are looking at yourself as an object. Now, this depersonalization and this derealization, that which is all felt by every one of us, is considered abnormal in psychology. I mean, these are transient states, but if they become permanent, then you may become a Vedantin. So many people mistake this Vedanta for this depersonalization and derealization. A sudden feeling comes and they feel, oh, then this world is unreal. I have felt it. I have realized it. That is not realization according to Vedanta. That's the Vedanta derealization is the very far off. It's genuine. It's not transient. So, as long as you think you are real, minus the depersonalization and the derealization, you must have heard it for the first time. I have discussed this before in one of my talks. The world also is real. There's no doubt about it. If you feel, what is this feeling that I am real? It's a feeling of the individuality, the ego. The ego is real. There is no doubt about it. So my whole existence is on the ego. And now you just try to check what your ego is, and then you will find it sometimes disappears and sometimes get distorted. Whether it's some form of psychedelics, or whether it's a swoon, or whether it's sleep, or whether it's some kind of disease, it's so fragile. But it is so hard and so persistent. It's in our consciousness. It is as if our consciousness has become the ego. As long as this is there, the world is real, the various forms of God is real, and God as a person also is real. Because the ego can think only of yourself as a person. This is one of the reasons why people generally dismiss, oh, these forms of God are the hallucinations of the mind. No, they're not hallucinations of the mind. They're real, as long as you have a reality. They are real. Now, what will you say about Sri Ramakrishna seeing Mother Kali, talking to her? Not only that, even after his highest realization of Nirvikalpa Samadhi, he's talking to Kali. What's this? Where has she come from? Why hasn't she disappeared? He's seeing Shiva, he's seeing Rama, he's seeing Krishna. Not only he, Holy Mother is saying, the direct disciples are seeing these forms of God. And not only the household of devotees are seeing these forms of God. You cannot call them hallucinations, because they have gone beyond all delusions. They have come in touch with reality. That is what it is. So they are real. Only for those, the highest ones, who feel they as an ego do not exist. For them, the world goes away and the forms of God also go away. But you see how difficult it is. Another point is this idea of the unreality of the ego will come only through the grace of God, not through any other thing. You may try to do hundreds of spiritual disciplines. Like Sri Ramakrishna says, say we cut down a peepal tree, these old Ashwatha trees, these Indian Indica ficus. The next day you'll see a shoot growing up. It's like the ego, it's like indestructible. Your individuality is like indestructible. You try to kill it, it will come in another shape, another form. It goes only by the grace of God. Yes, people may not like it, but that's the truth. So if it comes, and are we ready for this? Are we ready to feel ourselves as unreal? The world is unreal. Oh my God. No. I think let this be. The only thing that happens here is this, in this case, that because of devotion, the tremendous devotion to God, our mental state can rise in the realm of love. This has been discussed here, the state of bhava. So when love for God has suffused your being, has concentrated your mind, it has kind of overtaken your life, then your mind rises to a plane which is called bhava, the state of bhakti. So what is that bhava? So Sri Ramakrishna describes it as where you can see the forms of God, etc. We've seen in the life of Gopalerma, Gopal's mother, she used to see the forms of God. Not only that, God is playing with her, etc. How is this possible? It's not on this physical realm. So Sri Ramakrishna says that there is something called steadfastness. From steadfastness becomes bhakti. Nishtha. From nishtha comes bhakti. From bhakti comes bhava. From bhakti. So this is not the ordinary devotion, bhakti. I do so much japa, I do so much meditation, I do so much, I chant so much, I pray so much. These are all preparatory stages. When this devotion to God has risen to a higher level, it's called para-bhakti. That's the time when you can see all these. And at that point, in that realm, this world appears like a shadow. That world becomes real. So, to get into that realm, then this world becomes shadowy. Not only shadowy, and then when later on, as the state of bhava becomes natural to you, then you will see that this world and you have been created by God. It's God's creation. You will not go and, oh, this is so bad, or this is so evil, or this is miserable. All those things have disappeared. So this comes through constant bhakti. And being in the state of bhava also is to the grace of God. Yes, you need that intense love for God, and then you can. I could go on, but let Sri Ramakrishna do the explanations. Then he says, who can fully know the infinite God? Who can? Who? Nobody can. You can know means it's an object. No, God is that eternal subject behind that ego. You cannot know God. To know something is to limit it through your own mind, which the infinite cannot be limited. The mind itself is limited, small. And the infinite, well, it's infinite is infinite. There's no description. Think the finite mind can understand the infinite? Impossible. Then he said, what need is there of knowing the infinite? Yeah. We get a glimpse of it, it's enough. That's enough. Sri Ramakrishna gives an example. So, the degrees. So, Narada was a great sage. He hears the sounds from the ocean of Brahman and he flees. Shukadeva comes and sees the ocean and touches it also. And Shiva only takes a sip of that ocean of Brahman and he becomes Shava, like a corpse. We talk about Brahman, and you know what is the infinite? It is, we cannot conceive of it. Even to conceive of this physical universe, it is impossible. You know how many galaxies are there, they say? 2 trillion? 1 trillion? They used to say 100 billion. Now they are pushing up the numbers. You know what's the distance from here to the next galaxy or here in our same galaxy? Our mind is not designed to conceive of these distances. It's impossible. If you cannot even conceive of this vast universe, which now they say could be infinite in the sense of we only know what's visible. And there are places there which is beyond. The light hasn't come. So it's not possible for us to even to conceive of the infinite. And what do you mean you can conceive of God, the infinite? So what need is there? You get what you want is, then he says, having attained this rare human birth, here it is. Now he's talking. This human birth is very rare. Extremely rare. We have attained it through much struggle. We don't know the struggle, that's the problem. If you would have known it, you would have started jumping and dancing. Now we just waste it. The rare human birth. So the human birth is due to the grace of God. Of course, one's own. So, Manushatva, Mumukshvatva, Mahapurusha Samshaya. This, he's saying, Shankaracharya said, Devanugraham etukam. This, it is through the grace of God. So, this rare human birth has been now given to you. What are you doing about it? Then he says, one's supreme need is to develop love for the lotus feet of God. And that is, what is life? People are saying, what is life? What is life? To develop love for God. What is life? It's very rare. but you don't understand its rarity. So this love for God, as it has become intense, it makes this world unreal. And then the world as worldliness. But you will see it as the divine work of God. There you will understand God's forms can be seen. And you have to, before you, like in all relationships, you have to have a definite relationship with God. And that is consolidated over and over and over and over again. The more you love, the more. So this is what I'll read it. As so long as your individuality is real, the world also is real. And equally real are the different forms of God and feeling that God is a person. Who can fully know the infinite God? And what need is there of knowing the infinite? Having attained this rare human birth, one's supreme need is to develop love for the lotus feet of God. Will that stop us from rebirth? Of course. Will it give us liberation? Of course. The whole point is that you'll be liberated, and here it is. Nobody says, oh, you have seen the forms of God, you still have a long way to go. No, it's over for me. I'm not coming back, I'm going to God. If you want to come back, that's your problem. No, but you have not realized a Brahman. There's no need for that. If you want, you can go. Okay. We begin the second chapter. Bhakti Yoga is indeed the path for the sage. The first chapter has set the goals. It's always in the scriptures, the very first scriptures begin with setting forth the goal. And then later on, leading you towards it. Chapter 2, for the Kali Yuga, the path of devotion is easiest. This is indeed the path for this age. We are in this Kali age. Why is Kali? There's strife, there's crime, there is life, there is simulation, there is all the crazy things that you can think about. Weren't those things there in the previous ages? Yes, they were, but they were kept to the minimum. But now, the minimum has become the maximum. That's why this is Kali. It's Kali. So there's deception in everything, and everybody is trying to deceive you. The movies, the songs, the poets, the writers, the people, this, that, manufacturers, everybody is trying to somehow take you for a ride. This is the Kali Yuga. So for this Kali Yuga, the path of devotion is easiest. Why is it easiest in all this? Yes, because we need to get hold of something. What do we have to get hold of? Well, the biggest thing which is within you, what is that? Atman, God. You cannot understand these things now. Only when it becomes clear much later. You ask somebody, what is the Atman? He'll give a long discourse. They're saying, what is God? He'll give a long discourse. But where it is? Oh, it is everywhere. But I cannot see it. So when you come to Bhakti Yoga, they say, yes, that Atman and the God and all, yes, it is everywhere. And you cannot see it, yes, but you can feel it. You feel that love? That is what it is. And if you can feel that love, I mean, if you're alive, you will feel love. Either it is solipsism, that is love for yourself, or something else, but there has to be love. Why? Because that's the nature of the human existence. You cannot but be without love. Now, I'm not talking about psychopaths and sociopaths and all. These are different people. These are different. I'm talking about normal. We keep it in. Though, of course, it doesn't come in swings. So wherever there's life, wherever when you feel alive, you feel your mind, you will feel love. That is why you proceed to God through this path, which is your nature. That love is your nature. And so you proceed. So this is why this is the easiest path. This is indeed the path for this age, I say. For the Kali Yuga, the path of devotion is the easiest. Another point Sri Ramakrishna says, this of physical existence completely depends on food. It's called as Annagata Pran. Our life depends on just food. We are too weak to undertake all the severe penances and austerities and meditations that was possible in these previous ages. Every 2 minutes we want to drink something. Every 5 minutes we want to eat something. Not only that, we will carry things in our pockets, the snacks here, water bottle there. And it's kind of some like heroic, kind of, yeah, self-reliant. You know what it is. It is nothing but your life depends on that. Annagata Pran. So, however, and that's what it has made us kind of weaklings. Oh, you have to fast the whole day? No, not possible. But that was also part of human existence, nature. It's a nervous system is designed for both feasting and fasting. Not only nervous system, a digestive system, every system for feasting and fasting. But we have given up the fasting bit and kept on feasting. So we know what it is. Annagata Prana. That is, life depends on food. No food, all your spiritual disciplines also will go away. You're sitting to meditate, I should eat something now. So that's because, so this is the best way. You may be a Raj Yogi, a Bhakti Yogi is better, but a Jnani Yogi, whatever big yogi you might be. But your life depends upon food. As long as that is there, you have to have, devotion is the best, easiest path for you. Secondly, it is open to everybody without discrimination, without distinction. Everybody is eligible for it. You cannot say that person is not eligible. Why? That person is a liar and cheat. All right. But if he keeps on developing love for God, in the Bhagavad Gita it says, even that person who is not righteous, but if he starts worshipping me, he or she has to be counted as righteous because they have done something right in their life. And bhakti also does not make her this sinner, who is a saint. No, that also doesn't. So it is given the scope for everybody to come forth and proceed towards their goal. So that's why it is the dharma, the spiritual practice of this age. So he says, Kalyuger Pakkhe Bhakti Yoga Sahaj Path. It's an easy path. Bhakti Yoga hi Yuga Dharma. It's a Yuga Dharma. It's a dharma of this age. He said the path for this age, it's a dharma of this age, Bhakti Yoga. So what is Bhakti Yoga? Bhakti, as I've said, is love. When that love is turned towards the world, it becomes ordinary love. And when that same love is turned towards God inside, it becomes Bhakti. It's the same love. There's no, there's a special, no, there's no special love there. The same love redirected towards God. Okay, we can take this next one. So here again he reiterates in the next aphorism. The best path for this age is Bhakti Yoga, the path of Bhakti prescribed by Narada. Narada was a great sage. He is found everywhere, all over the place. And then Sri Ramakrishna says, to sing the name and glories of God and pray to Him with a longing heart. So that's the essence of the Bhakti aphorisms of Narada. Narada Bhakti Sutras. This book is widely available and read, but it's aphoristic, and so it has to be explained. But Sri Ramakrishna gives it, to sing the name and glories of God and pray to Him with a longing heart, saying, O God, give me knowledge, give me devotion, and reveal Thyself unto me. So what's the goal of Bhakti, Narada's Bhakti Yoga? This. Please give me knowledge, give me devotion, reveal Yourself to me. Through singing the name and glories of God and praying to Him with a longing heart. So longing heart, with devotion, with love. So God is the dearest of the dear. I like this, I like this, I like this. Bhakti Yoga does not say, hey, stop liking this. What is this? Say, you can keep on liking this, but there's God and you must like God and love God the most. Bhakti Yoga does not destroy. It fulfills, it rebuilds. It does not say the world is horrible, the world is bad, and the world is unreal, etc. Keep on with your life, but make God the center of your life. It becomes, and the moment you make God the center of your life and your activities and your thoughts and your words, then you begin to love God more and more and more. And then you will enjoy the world. What do you mean enjoy? Yes, devotees of God are the only ones who can enjoy the world. Then you can see the beauty of God in the smallest and the largest thing. Then you see the hand of God everywhere. And then you are lifted up from all types of smallness. Life becomes worth living here when you have love for God. So that's why people want to have enjoyment. You want enjoyment here? Love God. Oh, that's right. So sensory enjoyment, that's not the enjoyment. Like in this, today in the reading after the Vespers, so Swami Turiyananda says, Ahara, Nidra, Bhaya and Maitanam, all these things, eating, sleeping and all these things are natural for human beings and animals also. What's the difference between a human being and an animal? The difference is knowledge or dharma. That takes you away from all the rest of creation. So love of God will take you, and that will make it. So sensory enjoyment is not the idea of enjoyment. The real enjoyment is in the soul, in God. And if you can make God at center, then it becomes very easy. Why he say, original he says, Naradiya Bhakti, Kalite Bhakti Yoga. Naradiya Bhakti, Ishwarer Naam Gunagan O Vyakul Hoye Pratna. Hey Ishwar, Amay Gyan Dao, Bhakti Dao, Amay Deka Dao. So this is what one should pray. Don't give me this and give me that. No. Don't go out to do business there. When you love somebody, there's no business there. The shopkeeping business, love is not love anymore. So, what one should pray? Say, O Lord, give me knowledge, give me devotion, and reveal thyself unto me. This is what the whole thing should lead to. And Narada's way of divine love, his books are published quite often. So he gives a kind of a spiritual, you can say, guidelines for all types of struggling souls. And one of the things he says, Sa tu asmin parama prema rupa. What is that? Bhakti, Sat. It is the nature of extreme love. Parama prema, the nature of extreme love. Bhakti, the nature of extreme love for whom? Not for me, not for this. So as the person begins to love God, then that person understands, why am I born? Where am I going? What is my destiny? Why am I here? Etc. All these questions are answered. These are the questions that are perplexing. Is there a birth? Is there a rebirth after death? What is death? All the mysteries are solved. Not through heavy philosophy, but just through loving God. This is the reason why this is the path for this age. So a weak person also can become strong. Yes. And the idea is that love keeps on growing and growing and growing. So I equated love with your life, and it's also linked to your mind. So your life, your mind, and love, they can be called the same thing. And as love grows, then what happens is your life also expands. Your mind also expands. And when this happens, then you are in a different world. You immediately, like when you love somebody, you immediately know, you can detect something is wrong or something is not wrong, something is right. So as your life and your mind expands to love for God, then you can detect things. You become, let's say, for that moment you become all-knowing. Yes. So you can know things which are going to occur. You don't have to go to psychics and astrologers. What's going to happen to me tomorrow or day after tomorrow? What will happen to? You can know. Because love knows. So that's what is going to happen to you. So it will completely change your life, because all those blinders, the blinkers that you had around have been taken off. And you can now see life in its 360 view, up below, everything. Wow. Oh, this is... Then everything will come alive to you. That is why this love. Later on you will find, and later on, even now there are some people who, through an experience of near death or something like that, they go and they come back, and then what happens? They're completely transformed. They suddenly They suddenly become very loving. And not only that, they say the plan of this universe is love. It took that for them to understand things. So they become completely unselfish, compassionate, because they had a glimpse of that love. So we don't have to wait for a near-death experience to understand this. It's there mentioned in the scripture. We can do it now. That is the idea. We stop here for the announcements. Tomorrow, 7 p.m., the Gospel of Holy Mother, reading and discussion at Tapovan by Swami Brahmatmananda. It's available via Google Meet. Download the link. The Gospel of Holy Mother is one of the most important books for our age. Yes. Friday, 7 p.m., self-knowledge, Atma Bodh. So this will be done here at 7 p.m. after Vespers. Sunday, the talk will be on honoring Vivekananda's visit to the West Coast 125 years ago. Every center on the West Coast is celebrating Swami Vivekananda. They should celebrate Swamiji on the East Coast also. But then, because from the West Coast he went to the East. Actually, he came to the West Coast from the East Coast and in the middle of center. So it's honoring Vivekananda's, and this is his second visit to the US. That's 10 a.m. 7 p.m. Ram Nam we're going to have. And we have Mothers, Children Sunday School at 9:50 a.m. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.